Now, let's move on to our next conversation on New Day Today. When Frank Owusu was sentenced to the Ankafor prison in 2008 for murder, the thought of not being able to have sex with his wife, Florence, haunted him. Now, Florence as well was torn between being promiscuous waiting actually for her husband. In the following story, Florence and Frank tell the story of how they battled homosexuality and other crimes in the absence of their partners.
Frank also served as a bodyguard for an MP in 2008. During the period, he was attacked by a mob in his master's house and in his defense, ended up killing one of the attackers. He was arrested, charged for murder and sentenced to 15 years in prison until he was given a remission later. His then fiancée, Florence Owusu, was just 24 years and carrying a 9-month-old baby when Frank Owusu was sentenced. For 10 years, she was torn between choosing one of the numerous suitors, waiting on his love and the sacrifice of friendship.
I nearly gave up. A friend even advised me to move on.
But how did Florence satisfy his sexual desire during her man's 10 years in jail?
I told myself that I was going to wait for him because of our baby.
Unlike other countries where prisoners are allowed to have sex with their spouses, there are no such rights in Ghana. Florence was encouraged by family not to give up, hoping for a reduction of sentence, which finally came after 10 years. Ex-convict Frank was at the Ankafor prison annexed for 10 years. He revealed homosexuality is rife in Ghana's prisons because of the lack of opportunities to have sex with their legitimate partners.
No child can enter prison and come out a virgin. When the young men are brought to prison, their families do not visit, contributing to the high cases of sodomy.
Frank accused prison wardens for the many ills in prison, including selling drugs.
Weed is very common in prison. The main providers are the prison wardens.
Currently, Ghana's prisons, which is supposed to house 9,945 prisoners, now takes over 15,000 prisoners, which puts the overcrowding rate in our prisons to 52.87%. Central Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service, DSP Daniel Machato, claims overcrowding has contributed to homosexuality in Ghana's prisons.
For someone who has lived in incarceration for long and has the luxury of a bed, to use a sleeping space as a butter to engage in a sexual act with his fellow prisoner, it is possible.
He was, however, quick to add that non-custodial sentences, of which a bill is currently before Parliament, and the contribution by society cannot be underestimated.
These prisoners are imprisoned with a certain tag, in hard labor. In hard labor means that the prisoner is supposed to be working to support the state at no cost. But 15,000 prisoners, most of them serving sentences tagged in hard labor, who are sleeping for free, they are fed for free.
Human rights activists continue to push for conjugal rights in countries like Australia, Brazil, Denmark, and Canada, where conjugal visits are allowed for inmates to spend time with their legal spouses in designated rooms or structures provided for that purpose. The rationale for conjugal visits in jurisdictions where they are permitted is to preserve family bonds and facilitate reintegration into society when inmates complete their sentences. And for Ghana, it could reduce sodomy and lesbianism to help reduce the spread of HIV and AIDS. But how interested are MPs to push this agenda?
All right, thank you so much. Adjo Adobia actually was the one who put together this report.